afternoon. Today we're going to have a discussion or chat with one of my old friends and colleague, Shivang Dhruva from India. We are in London. He's visiting us in London, and I'm very happy to see him. Hello, Shivang.
How are you? Good to see you back here.
Nice to see you always. Shivang, can you tell the audience just a bit of background about yourself?
Right. Well, where it all began, I'm back to the same building today. Graduated with University of Arts London here, and then moved on to study at Cavendish, doing my postgraduate diploma in chartered marketing, and got back to India. And as on date, there are multiple activities we do. We're into the education sector in more than one ways, in terms of recruiting students to come and study across the world and give Indian students an opportunity to internationalize their experience. Beyond that, we now run one of India's premier liberal schools in creative art and design in collaboration with Cavendish College London and a group of universities from the UK and Italy, FAD International, which delivers courses within 5 different departments: fashion, art, design, media, and business. And it's been about 3 to 4 years. And beyond that, we, at a personal level now, we are associated with launching one of India's premier fashion weeks, the Graduate India Fashion Week, again with an objective of bringing an international culture to creative arts in India. So that's been the professional side of it.
It's been a packed few years, or 6-7 years of activity. I know you, and I know how you challenge yourself, and I wouldn't call it ambition. I think you've got a dream and you go for it. But let me just, for the sake of our audience, to take it back. I think it was 7-8 years ago when we met, and you were doing a difficult course, this chartered marketing, and I was surprised you got through it so easily. You made it look so easy, which is not. And you had the dream. I knew you were working in the international recruitment. You were working. I'm trying to remember the name of the company.
Options Unlimited.
Options Unlimited. Then you came up with the idea of we want to sort of develop an art school in India and achieve extremely high standards and more in a Western way of looking at things, which I saw it very difficult, how we can move that culture and the methodology of thinking. Nothing wrong with Indian, obviously, or any country's art, art and design and belief, but it's very difficult to move that sort of thing. I know the story, but just take us from that early time. I mean, when you left, you were supposed to get it started.
Well, I think the idea initially was having been exposed to a lot of opportunities globally. The idea was to kind of see what India is missing at the moment. As you said, there's immense culture, diversity, a very strong academic base in India. But within the creative arts, I guess what we still had space for, and what we still have space was to globalize the entire experience of education. And I say education and the experience as not just the qualification, but the whole experience. So the idea was to bring it back to India, and that was the biggest challenge, because it's easy to get a tangible piece of something imported into India, but to recreate or to sustain a complete experience in itself is something which was the challenging aspect. So it meant a lot of changes over the last 3 years, 4 years. Initial teething issues, cultural differences between what the perceptions of Indians and back home, and what we want to deliver at a global context. So I guess the challenge was not just at one level, it was at every level: operational, strategic, the deliverables, the academic teaching, the content. But I think the idea was once you've got the vision right, you get there.
No, I got to focus on a certain part of it, because that will take us to the next discussion. I remember from you said, I'm ready, and I think we sent some curriculums and so and to me, from sitting in London, I knew the challenges, and the first stage is obviously the pedagogy and the documentation, and that was easy. I think you said you could have got it locally. I think to help you, we were looking for premises, and I told you, get a villa 5 bedroom. I knew in my mind, to help you to get this thing through, you needed to have an easier environment to work with. And when we come down, and actually we were lucky, we found 2 other beautiful villas, and you found it, and those artworks. So you got some art students to do a lot of sculptures, and you converted the place. Really one of the best art schools I've seen. I mean, it is inducing itself. But I knew the problem would be at the end, no disrespect to the teachers, but you are asking them something which they haven't experienced before.
True.
And I wondered always, how can you turn it around? And with not much of exposure to, to the rest.
Absolutely.
How did you get the human factor right?
Well, I guess as the initial stages, that was a huge challenge to actually be able to replicate or to be able to give the direction to the academics as to what we really expect as an end result of the documented curriculum per se. So initially the idea was to be able to physically train them and mentor them on a one-to-one basis all the way through with every single module and assignment. So it pretty much meant being physically involved with every single assignment, every single module, every single course, and being able to train them per se with the personal experience we've had here. And then obviously with visits, we had a couple of visits, and then we were fortunate with our relationships with the other universities and their visits coming in. And eventually the idea of the faculties being part of the Europe tour. And beyond those little experiences which were more physically driven, I think one of the biggest means of training them was through referential videos and referential material, which on our trips we documented at times, and we were supported with at times through various resources, which kind of gave them a further direction as to how to move things forward. So it was like showing where to begin and showing them the end result, and for them then to channelize the journey through it. So I think it was that direction and it's still never ending. So
oh yes, you can always improve and move on. I think I can congratulate you on the family experience. I think it was a challenging job and it was well done, and I think you have added something to the society. I mean, we are in education, but it is all the beauty of this work is that you can see how you change people's lives and how to empower them. Now, I think today we are going to move on to some other courses and trainings, which you've seen some of them.
Absolutely.
And I think you're taking the challenge on board to introduce them to India. I think usually these products are designed with the Western point of view, which we try to, when we go to a country, to look at the local cultures and introduce. But in India, which is really in the center of this global village of the economy, India and China, they are heavy weights of the current international sort of global market. And they are obviously bringing a lot of investors. There is a lot of resourcing in India, which actually expose the Indian market and Indian employees to be able to communicate with the West, instead of being American or European countries. So I think probably these training don't need to be touched too much. And giving what do you think? Anyway, what do you think? How the market will take? Where do you see these courses can go?
I mean, the number one, the key aspect is that India is, as we know, it's at the moment alongside China the melting point of a lot of activities. which also means that in order for the employees and for the people to be absolutely competitive in the job market, to be absolutely competitive at the academic frame, and there is so much competition amongst people, which in a way is good for a fact that the levels of every individual is being challenged every single day. Within such an environment, and the fact that India has also grown with a lot of support of outsourcing, a lot of processes happening back home, and it's no longer just working for an Indian organization. The development is within the international companies moving in and giving opportunities to Indians to be able to work in a global environment. So in effect, it demands a further learning. It demands a constant upgradation of one's skills and individuals' abilities and individuals' academic as well as professional experiences on an ongoing basis. And that's where we see this innovative means of educating, an innovative means of communicating to various segments of people, maybe students, maybe working professionals, maybe entrepreneurs, maybe individuals who are running a lot of family businesses, because India, again, the culture is a lot of family businesses going on. And these individuals, these people may not have had the time or the opportunity to actually take a global exposure and experience of education. So it's basically to reach out to them, and in a way it's a complete different means of being able to reach to them, to educate them with what is actually needed. So it's not going to be just the certification, which is important as well for them, but the whole experience which they're going to have through this new medium of learning, which is going to be A, global, B, is easy to understand, C, it challenges the traditional means of teaching in India, which is a faculty teaching, a group of students or a trainer talking to a one-way directed activity. So I think this will open a complete new dimension to translate this whole experience to them, and then keep it with local delivery when need be. It's something we're looking at.
I can see you're excited. I mean, you take a challenge. You think you can introduce the products in India, these trainings. Obviously, they are from a single modular programs to postgraduate programs. But do you see it useful for the market? Do you see that would empower people, these programs?
Well, absolutely. I mean, there's no two ways about it. It's using cutting edge technology. B, it's a medium which is reaching out a large audience in a very easy manner. So, and the most important thing is the fact that the whole pattern of delivery through the videos, through the support notes, is something which is an innovative form of delivery, and which is what is going to keep an individual excited. So I think they're going to receive the information in a much better way, and it's going to take them to a different level.
I'm sure that you'll get the best of Indian instructors to support the coursework, the face-to-face element of it, and so people will build that confidence that I can do the job.
Sure. Well, I think it's going to be a mix of everything, and depending on right from corporates which may look at this opportunity as maybe a 3 to 5 day workshop, teamed up with a physical presence, to students actually looking at this as a support mechanism for a longer duration of time, which may be without a physical presence. So I guess it's going to be situational based on the needs, and that's the beauty of the program, that it really allows the situation and the individual to drive what they really want from it.
Thank you, Shivang. Thank you for taking the new challenge.
Well, we're always up for it, and I think it's going to be something which a massive country like India.
Well, that's what's frightening me. It's so big. I don't know where to start from. I mean, even visiting India is always a difficult decision. Where do I start? Where do I finish? I think I have never entered India and left in the same city. I came in Mumbai, I live in Delhi, I come, go to Colombo, then come back to somewhere else.
Well, you're still lucky you just have been to the main city. So
I love to go and see the rest of it, and hopefully
on a closing note, which we always miss out, is we look at India as just Mumbai, Pune and Delhi, and I think this is the opportunity for people deep down inside in Tier 2 cities, Tier 3 cities, which never would have thought of having the opportunity to be globally educated. So it's at these cities where this is going to be a fantastic opportunity for students, for professionals, and for academicians to experience this phenomenal development.
Thank you, Shivang.
You're most welcome.
Best of luck. I know you're traveling very soon. Have a nice trip and safe trip.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for watching us.